Business wants to grow, right? But that growth always starts with one thing: customers. So, where do the best customers actually come from? Today, we're going to go inside the engine room of a scalable lead generation company to see how they build a pipeline of high intent people who are, already waiting for that call. This really is the big question, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a brand new startup or a massive Fortune 500 company. If you can't answer this question reliably, you just can't grow. It's the one problem that keeps marketers and sales directors staring at the ceiling at 3 in the morning. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the quest for quality leads. Then, we'll meet a company called First Call Solutions. After that, we'll peek inside their lead engine, see what they're putting on the table, and finally, wrap up with why scalability is the name of the game. Okay, let's start with that core challenge. Anybody can make a bunch of noise online. Getting attention is actually pretty easy. But getting the right kind of attention, now that's the hard part. The real quest is for businesses to find people who are genuinely looking for what they're selling. And this is what it all boils down to. It's not about how many people you can call. It's about their intent. You see, on one hand, you've got the cold call. It's like shouting into a crowd and just hoping someone listens. It's frustrating. But on the other hand, you have a warm welcome. The difference is finding someone who is actively looking for a solution. That completely transforms a sales call from an annoying interruption into a genuinely helpful conversation.
Okay, so if that's the problem, how do you actually find those high-intent leads consistently? Well, let's take a look at a company that was built from the ground up to do exactly that: First Call Solutions.
Let's break that down for a second. The phrase warm transfers is so important here. They don't just hand you a name and a number. No, they find someone who's interested, they make sure they're a good fit, and then they connect them live to your team. And high-intent inbound traffic, that's the holy grail. That means the customer is the one who's actually picking up the phone to call you.
And they've been at this for a while. They got their start back in 2017, and they've spent years building up a reputation as a trusted leader in what's called the pay-per-call industry. So this isn't some fly-by-night startup. We're talking about a well-established, well-oiled machine.
So what does it really take to do this kind of thing at scale? This is the fun part. Let's pull back the curtain and look inside their lead engine to see the assets that make it all run. First things first, it starts with people. A lot of people. We're talking over 500 of them. These are their in-house, fully trained agents. This team is really the core, providing that essential human touch and quality control. But that's not all. They add another 100 remote specialists to that team. By having teams in places like Mexico, the Philippines, and India, they get global reach and the kind of flexibility they need to scale their operations up or down whenever they need to. So when you put it all together, this combined force of over 600 people is what allows them to personally screen and qualify every single lead. They make sure that by the time a call actually gets to you, the person on the other end is absolutely the right person to be talking to. Now, this is really interesting. In an industry like this, trust and transparency are everything. So you see these terms here, TrustedForm and Jornaya. They might sound a bit technical, but just think of them as digital receipts. They're undeniable proof that a customer willingly and knowingly asked to be contacted. That protects everyone, both the consumer and the business. Right, so you've got all these people, but how do you manage all that? Well, you can't coordinate a team of over 600 without some serious technology. Their infrastructure is the backbone that handles all the complex logistics. Routing live calls, executing those warm transfers, and running entire inbound campaigns without a single hitch. Okay, so we've seen the engine, but what does it actually produce for a client? In this next part, we're going to translate all those features, the people, the compliance, the tech, into the direct value a business actually gets. This table just lays it out perfectly. So what do you get? You get exclusive calls. What does that mean? It means you aren't fighting against 5 other companies for the same person. You get premium warm transfers, which means the person you're talking to is ready and actually expecting your call. You get full transparency for total peace of mind and a super fast onboarding process to get you up and running right away. And they can deliver this at a really serious scale. We're talking about the potential for over 100 calls a day. And get this, that's per vertical. That is a significant, predictable stream of high-intent leads that can absolutely fuel a sales team. And this isn't some one-size-fits-all thing. They have deep, deep expertise in specific industries. everything from auto insurance and solar to home services and Medicare. And why does that matter so much? It means they already know how to find the right customers in your specific market because they already understand their unique needs and what motivates them. And all of this brings us to our final and maybe the most critical point. All of these pieces, the people, the tech, the expertise, they're all designed to solve the single biggest challenge that any growing business faces: scalability. And really, this is what it all boils down to. When you have a reliable, predictable system for generating great leads, you stop wasting your time and resources on prospecting. It frees up your best people to do what they do best: building relationships, closing deals, and just delivering fantastic service to your new customers. It's all about efficiency and focus. So, we'll leave you with this one question to think about. Take a hard look at your own growth plans. Is your current strategy for finding new customers actually built to keep up with your ambitions? It's probably the most important question any business can ask itself. Thanks for joining me.